Hey guys, it's Michael Todd and welcome to The.Cult.Of.Vintage. Or more to the point, welcome to Ohio. You guys, I am on my way to the Springfield Antique Vintage Extravaganza. I'm excited to get there, but on the way, last year I stopped off at a place called I-76 Antiques. Didn't have enough time to film. This year I made sure I did. We are here today. Get inside, check out, see what we can find. I hope we can find some treasures. Look, this place is fancy. You know what that means, right? We're still gonna get inside, see what we can't find. Let's do it. All right, open 7 days a week. We love that. 10 to 6. Let's do it. Alrighty guys, so here off the bat, just want to give you kind of a quick overview. You are going to see at the front of the mall, it is all cases. However, in the back here, we're going to get into kind of some free vendor spaces where we can kind of get in there and root around. Now, right here by the door, I immediately spotted, of course, a Halloween blow mold. It is a little Grim Reaper or a ghost with the little skeleton key. Get it there. He is $49.99. That seems to be the going rate for the Halloween blow molds anymore. Fortunately, just not a piece that we can get for resale. Moving on, we have now entered into the cabinet area. Um, there are a lot of cabinets. It very much is kind of like a museum. I will say this, there's a lot of very high-end, high-priced items in the cabinet, but that didn't really stop me from wanting to film. I actually have that little man. Mine actually has a little painted face on it. It's kind of very creepy, like a little moon man there. Some 80s snow babies there, immediately reminding me, of course, of my grandmother. She had like a whole hutch filled with them. Spotting some Annalise back here. A little clown, a little pirate, kind of like ornamental items there. So it's just the head with some string on it. Some precious moments. I don't know. I kind of wanted to get in there. There was so many smalls in there, kind of a little visually overwhelming. These were absolutely amazing. However, they $395. Um, I Skittles. I've never heard of those before. Here we're seeing some laminated wood back there. It looks like it's like a 9-pin, so you would have like a little rolling ball there, and you'd knock them over. We've got a little wax angel here at $95. Does look like it has a repaired arm. You can kind of see the difference there. $58 for the little plush wind-up mouse. This was absolutely adorable. I'm assuming he does like little somersaults, but again, just not where we need it to be for resale. Here in the back, we're seeing some, I'm going to probably mispronounce the name, the Shoop. It's a German toy company, started in the 1900s. Little Stife Santa there. Again, these are retail pricing. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Oh, here we go. We've got the little roly-poly. Kind of like a composition material here. You can kind of see some of it is flaking there on his hat. Amazing items to see again, just not where we need it to be for resale. I believe this is the same vendor. Got some Victorian ornaments there. Very pretty, unusual shape to them. This is what really caught my attention. Down below, loving the creepy little that's a painted fabric Jack-in-the-Box. He's an older one. I don't know the exact year, but pretty cool to see. I'd never seen one like that before, so I wanted to get him on camera. Just some pretty things. I will say this, you can kind of see the vast majority of the tags throughout the mall. They're all very uniform, which is nice. You are seeing prices that are displayed, at least in this particular vendor. And I always appreciate that because it's one of those guessing games. You're like, but do I like it enough? And do I want to bother them? And it is a very large antique mall. Of course, we've got to get the little bisque Cupid on there at $275 with the articulated arms. Of course, that is with elastic. Moving along the back of the wall, there are open space vendors, which is nice. I love this it very much is kind of like an Italian style to me. It's at 145, not big for such a large piece. I like it. I didn't like it enough to really warrant getting it for resale. Here we're seeing a pull together of a lot of very traditional kind of like Nippon Austrian serving pieces with a little bit of figurines kind of mixed in there. A lot of Royal Dalton the vendor had. Nothing again was really screaming take me home, but I think that the display was done very well. All of the pulled together. It had a very impactful statement to it. And again, I know that there are similar pieces maybe we see out in the wild and we're like, but I don't know. But you pull it all together, and again, it just makes a beautiful statement. Love this figural piece. Unfortunately, there is obviously, it's again a Royal Dalton. Um, there is a wing repair to the little dove, which isn't the world's worst. But again, I kind of wanted her to be mint. I think if she was unrepaired, I may have been tempted. I know Royal Dalton figurines aren't necessarily all that exciting, but I think that she was unusual. Again, some beautiful pieces, and it does make a beautiful statement when pulled together. We've got the Westmoreland Agronaut here, priced at $45. It's an unusual color. I'd never seen that before. A little powder dish here with an applied glass art flower to it. She's cute. The price was actually pretty good. I'm surprised I didn't pull the trigger on it. I think the reason I ultimately decided not to is that the flower was actually glued on versus fused with glass. Little figural powder dish here in that very classic pink depression, obviously in a satin finish. So we're just going to take our time here and look again. You got some Mary Gregory there in the front, the tumblers. Again, very Victorian in style. Some pretty little ceramic flowers here. Priced at $18, not too bad. I believe the one did have a chip on it, so I left those behind. Now, this is actually the reverse side, so we are looking out now towards the cabinets. A lot of Fenton, hobnail. Um, pretty common. The turquoise, the cranberry, a little bit of the Italian art glass there with the brandy snifter sprinkled in, some cut crystal. This piece was absolutely beautiful. Kind of looks like it's a small bud vase. She does look old. They have like applied feet to it. I love that pattern. Light opalescence to it. I was kind of looking to see if there was any chips or breaks to it. I was really intrigued by the piece. And then I saw on the one foot, it looked like it was repaired, or was it split? You can kind of see it there. So we're going to get a closer look, and it turns out it was glued back together at $28 with the repair. I did decide to leave it behind. We're jumping from antique glass into very kitschy items here. With the rabbit fur, obviously it is dyed rabbit fur. They have a whole collection of the dogs there. Unfortunately, again, not priced where we need them to be, so we're going to leave them there. A lot of Fenton was really interesting to see. Again, I'm going to give you some close up shots. You're going to see some absolutely beautiful things, some really unusual items. I'm loving the hand painted little cat there, the little jadeite Santa in the back. Of course, you have that cameo glass and that brown finish with the opalescent. Loving that swan cased glass, but unfortunately, it's at 169. Again, we're into some more traditional with the hobnail, the turquoise, though I do love the fish here in the front. But again, these are retail prices. So they're beautiful, and I wanted to share that experience with you because there's so much pulled together, and it's just not common to find that. So that is why we're getting it on film. Again, a little bit more traditional. I do see that fairy lamp there, and that white swirl optic opalescent, really pretty, but at 168, just not where I need it to be. Same vendor, I believe, with the custard glass here. I do like that little heart dish with a white crust on it. That's pretty. I love the little Fenton display piece there. And that opalescent, you all know I'm a sucker for the opalescent. Lots of the Fenton jadeite. That owl, oh my goodness. It's priced at 125. That would have been an amazing get. But, the price. We're trying to be conservative, of course. Love the little dish here in the green, carnivalized. It's really cute. Now, this vendor, that immediately, of course, got my attention. 75% off, unfortunately. Yeah, even at 75% off, I think these were very reasonable, especially for a collector, but at resale, I just couldn't do it. Of course, we're seeing the cranberry and now the blue um, little vanity sets here. They are priced as a three-piece set, but at $90, just couldn't pull the trigger on those. Interesting pattern, of course, clear glass with a lot of opalescence on it. Oh, I'm peeking out at you there. Surprise. So cool to see. I like this one, kind of like a Bristol glass. That's the bottom on it. It's priced at 220. Now there is 75% off, but still just not where I would need it to be. Immediately was drawn in, of course, to the Christmas. Looks like we have some more contemporary pieces and a very spooked out little doll here. So I'm feeling you. The honeycomb candle, that was really cute. Again, just not where I needed it to be. We very much are on a cabinet tour right now. Here we are seeing another little wax doll. This one didn't appear to be repaired at 75, so all in all, I think that's a little bit better of a deal. Again, we have some more of the Victorian ornaments, and that's in those clear containers that you're seeing. Good way to keep them safe. Then I spotted this beauty. Now this is wired to be like a table or side lamp. Yeah, 950. That's pretty much the going rate for these. I absolutely adore these. Some of them you'll see they're wired where they don't have a switch, so a lot of times they would be used as newel post lamps to kind of light the way up the stairs versus having to use a candle or gas. This is to the immediate left of the lamp we just saw. This, I love this finish, almost a metallic, kind of almost looks like a silver overlay. I don't believe that it was. I think that it was a treatment to the glass when it was blown. Cute little clear glass powder puff jar here. It's pretty traditional. I think it's common. This sculpt is at least, and it did come in a number of different colorways. Got some Ellie Smith, a little candy dish there. I believe that's Blanco, the elephant there. Really known for doing like the flat figural pieces, almost to use them as bookends. I loved this color combination. I'm just going to call it like a small art glass trinket basket with the little handles on there. Just again, not where we need it to be. I promise we are going to get into shopping and we do hit some good things. I'm loving the uranium glass pulled together with the jadeite and just that little pop of pink. I think that that really makes a statement. Even just a little bit of the Vaseline there on the front. Great pull together. I think that the monochromatic with just little hits of different colors, again, is very visually impactful. Obviously, the vendor took a lot of time color coordinating things, and I don't know. I personally like it visually. I think it's a little bit easier to read, especially if you're looking for a specific colorway. We do have some Ellie Smith back here. We have some decanters, some Viking glass, kind of all pulled together. Love seeing that. Here we are seeing some large Viking. This is the cabbage pattern is a swung vase, but at 159, I just couldn't warrant getting it. It's a great stately piece. Typically, you don't see the cabbage leaf in such a large size, so that was cool to see, but the cost really kept me away from it. Down below here, we are seeing I do believe this is a Fenton with a stretched hobnail. It is single horn Epern, similar to the Blanco, but the Blanco don't have. You can kind of see almost like a warty. That was a pleasant explanation. The pulled hobnail, so it doesn't have the texture to it, but it's very traditional Blanco, and it has like a recycled glass look to it. Lots of hand painted Fenton. These cats are smirking, especially this green one. He looks a little reptilian, don't you think? Again, these are these are collector prices, but still fun to see. I've never seen so many pulled together in one spot, and I've most certainly never seen the hand painted witches. I most especially like this black one with kind of like that speckling effect and the green rhinestone eyes. I thought that it suited the sculpt the best. Again, lots of glass and Fenton pulled together. We do have some moon and stars here. I am seeing that three-piece, the footed fairy lamp back here, trying to focus in on the price. We will capture it. $70. You know what, Michael? Hmm, I think that was a good deal. I do. Should have got that piece. So there's a regret for I gotta say, at almost 15 minutes, we're not doing too bad. I only have one regret. So a lot of hand painted glass. I have to be honest with you, I'm not overly thrilled by it, but I know that some people just absolutely love and adore it. Some pretty moon and stars here in an amethyst. Unusual color to see. $40. Again, it's priced accordingly. This was absolutely amazing. Look at this. This uranium kerosene lamp with that opalescent effect. It's priced at $8.95, and man, that thing is absolutely beautiful. The globe on that. Oh, it is absolutely stunning. Great condition. Looks like it actually, you could pour your kerosene in there and get her lit. Speaking of the Blanco single horn eperns, we saw the one earlier in the green with the pulled hobnail. Here you're seeing two blue in the Blanco glass. Here in the back, this one is absolutely stunning. I had initially thought that it was, oh goodness, Westmoreland. Though, in speaking with George, the antique nomad, he believes it might be imperial glass. So I did get that clear glass single horn eperm. This is a reproduction of the paper pulp cat candy bucket. It's made out of a composite material, so it does have more weight. And you know what? I decided to go ahead and get it. This is how you call the vendors here. That was the booth or the aisle, beg pardon, that the booth was in. You just turn on the little light switch, they see that the light is on, and they come down and assist you. And again, we're going to go ahead and get that cat candy container as well as the single horn e-pern. There were some other fun things in here, but again, it turned out most of those were at collector prices, so I did have to leave them. This is a really interesting sculptural piece. They have it labeled as Westmoreland. It is a chick on top of a nest of eggs, of course, over a basket. Really unusual. I'd never seen that one before. No, I think I have, but all in milk glass. Of course, you are seeing a bird of paradise there, the covered candy dish by Viking, and a little bit more of the Westmoreland in a milk glass with, again, the agronaut. Here we have Hazel's popular marionettes. It almost looked like the Schuler roly poly, or pardon me, the Humpty Dumpty circus. There we are, guys. We've made it through the cabinets, and now we're going to enter into the vendor spaces kind of open booth. Some Christmas, of course, you know that I'm going to stop and look at the Christmas. There were some good individual pieces, you know, the Santa there, the little bottle brush mini wreath. Unfortunately, it was priced at $15. This I would have used as a craft project and kind of added more to it, but at 15, I did decide to go ahead and leave that behind. That is, of course, something that I do have to factor in whenever I am making something by hand, is, of course, the cost of goods. These were interesting, very kind of like 80s, 90s, though they might have been earlier. Those little honeycomb ornaments with the little gold mercury glass bead on them. Some cute little Fisher Price pull toys here. These are the originals. You can tell the originals because they do have the wooden feet on them. The little monkey, of course, was just, he was absolutely darling. He did, whoa, little man, chill. I did decide to leave them behind. I don't know too much about the pull toys, to be honest with you. The prices seem very fair, even for resale. So if there is a collector out there, I think that they would snatch them up. Oh, I love this glass. This is the Viking Target, or pardon me, Target. It's the red and the bullseye. It's the, what am I trying to say? It's the Viking bullseye pattern. In the ruby red, it's a huge goblet. Price was right, so we're going to snatch it up. Didn't I just say that we were done with the cabinets? Psych. There's a lot of mid-century glass here. A lot of, obviously, you're seeing swung vases. Ellie Smith and Viking kind of pulled together, making an excellent statement. We do have some Italian glass with the optic patterns on them. A little mid-century kind of treasure craft looking smoking set or chip and dip set. Again, the prices were just not where we needed them to be, but I definitely wanted to focus on it. You know, we do have a more contemporary Viking with a clear sticker. The Bud vase was at $70, so it just didn't really warrant me kind of getting more invested in that. Creepy little Blair Witch children there. Moving on, I did catch some more red glass out of the corner of my eye. However, this surprised me. It's a little velveteen with an applied rosette there on the front album. The latch was there, not completely intact. $49 firm. Overall condition was kind of so I did leave it there. We did find another piece of the Viking bullseye pattern. And it is, of course, in a compote here. This one's priced at $29.99. However, the other piece being at $15. I decided to go ahead and get both, and I would offer it as a choice. I think that makes a little bit more sense. It's striking. Hard pattern to find, so if you do see it out and about, definitely get it. I love how big those two pieces were. Just a great statement. Little witchy poo here. She works for $48. I'm gonna leave her behind though. It is a larger one, which was pretty cool. I think it's late 80s, early 90s. Lots of items to see in here. Unfortunately, I didn't really find anything for me. I do love that Westmoreland, the compote with the two, or shall we call it a console set with the two candlesticks there. Pretty little Fenton white milk glass with the hobnail. Not special enough to warrant really spending that $29 on it. A little bit of Pyrex kind of mixed in here. Don't really see any like super special patterns with the limited knowledge of Pyrex that I do have. Though I will say I'm seeing that burgundy with the holly. That one was unusual. Hmm. Somebody will let me know down in the comments, I hope. A lot of little figurines. Nothing really wowing me. Kind of very typical, so we're going to leave those behind. The Victorian little dancers. Again, it's my personal preference, but I have a hard time selling those. So we're going to leave them. We're going to leave them. Again, a lot of Royal Dalton, a lot of Fenton here in I-76 Antiques, but there is a great vast variety of items. Did see a little Rempel squeaker over here. He's really cute, very soft condition. He still squeaks. Unfortunately, at $14, I did have to leave him behind. There wasn't a whole lot of Halloween set out. This vendor did take the time to set out kind of an autumnal setup here with some Halloween sprinkled in, some very large blow molds. Prices were really reasonable on those. Unfortunately, limited capacity so far as storage, so I am going to leave them. I'm a little burnt out, not going to lie, on the on the Halloween blow molds, though. If I do find a whole bunch of them again, I will get them. Peeking back here, we do have an original Bystel. This is pre-Bystel, and of course, for the life of me, I can't think of what their name was. Oh, there it is, the HE something or other. Pre-Bystel. $30, very fair. We do have the embossed little cats here, 70, or pardon me, 95 for the both of those. The condition, really good. I mean, people will ask like $40 for ones that are tattered and torn. This blow mold was only 95. These little ghosties here coming out of the tombstone. It's a good sized piece without being too overwhelming. Up next, you guys, we do have that's ironic that I found a Water Babies book here. Um, uh, okay, so this one is the Disney version. The Water Body Babies do take up a small chunk here in the back. You're seeing Snow White does take up a good space. And I was trying to find a copyright. Oh, there it is, 1940. Looks like there's four stories there. Three bears, full color, good condition. It's kind of like a reimagining, Snow White and the three bears, of course. And the water babies are here in the back. It's just super cute. It's classic Disney. Love the Little Mermaids. This was a silly symphony. I love this. Oh, he's so good. It's Clippo the marionette. He's so darling. I've wanted one of these for a while. The condition's really good. His strings are a little twisted up, but his face, he's so I love him. I love a little mimey clown. I think he's darling. And he does have his little instruction booklet. He was only $15, so I couldn't leave him behind. Yeah, his strings could be restrung, but that's okay. We're gonna get Clippo too. And I did get the Water Baby book. Now, I did see this tin, which is really cool. It's peaches. I was like, is there any peaches in here? There's not. Great graphic on that. Ooh, ooh, look, it's two-sided. Unfortunately, the price isn't where I needed it to be for resale, but I think great for a collector. I'm sad I had to leave that one behind. And then I spotted it. Do you see it? It's back here in the corner. It is this little Fenton blue Opaleen fairy lamp. I've never had the pleasure of selling this one before. At $35, I did decide to go ahead and pick it up. It is stamped Fenton, so we know it's 1971 or later. It's simple. I think it's elegant. It's great for year round. That pastel blue is great in the spring, but of course, even into the winter. This is specifically for all of you Fiesta wear lovers out there. Oh my goodness, I hope I don't see anything too rare or special that you wanted to get. I don't know anything, truthfully, about Fiesta wear. I don't know if this is older, if this is contemporary. I think there's something to do with a lowercase and uppercase F. Um, I it doesn't do anything for me. I love the bright, colorful. It's very cheerful. Um, and I definitely wanted to stop in and give a little tour of it. I know there are a lot of Fiesta wear lovers out there. So I did want to take the time to share that with you all. It was a great pull together. It's obviously very organized. The vendor does have a passion for it. So definitely wanted to share that with you guys. Here we have another reproduction of the paper pulped. Again, this is a composition, so it's a little bit thicker of it. I think he's really cute. I've never seen the white one before, and it's great, you know what, for a decorating piece, just like the black cat. Here we have another little pumpkin. Um, so I did leave those ones behind, and I did get the black cat, because I think the pumpkins are a little bit more, or pardon me, jack-o'-lanterns are a little bit more common. 32, 34 was the going rate for all of the reproductions. So there was quite a few of them. Yeah. Just wanted to see if they had anything else, like the originals, the OGs. They didn't. There's another black cat that I saw. This one I think is at 34 also. Oh, 33. Interesting number. Mine was a little bit cheaper. I think mine was 32. Look, there is another one. A lot of them. I rarely see the reproduction, so it was just interesting. It's always interesting when you go into a different area, kind of like the commonality or the abundance of certain things. Like again, the Fenton, a lot of glass, obviously here at the I-76 Antique Mall. This is our last get of the day, you guys. We're gonna wrap it up outside. Alrighty, guys. Well, there you have it. A great shopping experience. We definitely got to see some beautiful things. And sometimes you just gotta look, right? Alrighty guys, in the comments section, do let me know what your favorite find of the day is, or the thing you wish I had most picked up. On that note, guys, until next time, remember, keep it rusty, crusty, and dusty. Bye, guys.